Super excited to have Casey Katofsky, General Manager of the Northern Colorado Owlz, in the house. How's it going today, Casey?
What's going on, Patrick? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I needed to have you on today. It's a big day in the history of not only the Northern Colorado Owlz, of course, but, professional baseball in Colorado. You guys have your opening day game tonight at 7:05 at Future Legends Complex. Just a passion project that you guys you finally got it off the ground and running, and tonight's a big one against the Rocky Mountain Vibes.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. And again, thanks for having us. Big fan of the show. We're super excited to finally bring professional baseball to Northern Colorado, to Windsor, to this community. The complex has been a passion project, to your point, for a long time, almost 20 years. We have owned the Northern Colorado Owlz previously as the Orem Owls since 2004. They were previously affiliated with the Angels. Now they're affiliated with Major League Baseball. Bringing this community professional sports alongside the Colorado Eagles, the hockey team here, with the Hailstorm and the Owls, is exciting for a community that's been so hungry for it.
Yeah, that's what's so amazing too, is obviously Denver is the main hub, and for a while Colorado Springs, they had the Golden Kings for hockey, and obviously the Sky Sox for a while now, the Vibes, and it's really cool that Northern Colorado is being put on the map in that way with that entire Fort Collins region, because I know some people in baseball that they've had some exploratory committees and looked and said, hey, Northern Colorado is really ripe for wanting professional sports as well as youth sports, because obviously the start of the Northern Colorado Owlz tonight on Tuesday is huge for the Owlz organization. But there's a much bigger project for anyone that doesn't know. Give them a little taste of everything going on in the bubble, as well as what's to come with the dormitories and what have you at the Future Legends Complex.
Yeah, absolutely. We are an all-encompassing sports and entertainment complex that's being built. What Future Legends is this larger type of complex that combines youth sports, professional sports, hospitality, the dorm usage, the hotels, the restaurants that we have. And so we're essentially building a smaller city in a weird way that's dedicated to sports and entertainment. Almost 30 outdoor fields. We have a bubble dome that you mentioned, one of the 3 biggest bubble domes this world's ever seen. 16 volleyball, 9 basketball, full-length indoor pitch for soccer, football, indoor baseball, softball, you name it. It's exciting to be able to bring some of these national tournaments, bigger events, concerts, along with the professional sports that we've been talking about. And I know you mentioned as well the process of coming to Northern Colorado. This was a long time to get to an area like this. We were looking for a long time of where to go. We didn't own the stadium in Orem. And so we knew that eventually one day we'd like to have our own private facility. We'd like to build all this extra stuff that we're building now. So as you mentioned, this is such a coveted market for so many different reasons, and it's been untapped relatively over the last 40, 50 years. And now that it's grown into what it's grown into, everyone wants to be a part of it. There's a really easy way to describe why people want to live here. It's beautiful. The education is great. The outdoor activity is incredible. The food is good. There's always stuff to do. And so this was our top choice. And once we came here, it has proven itself every worth that we thought it would in the beginning.
Yeah, as you said, Colorado obviously is such a huge destination. We've seen, the population grow here in the state over the last decade or so, and it's kind of one of the reasons why the Rockies do so well attendance-wise, is because that's usually at the top of people's list when they're going somewhere on vacation and they choose Colorado. They got to make sure that they go to Coors Field and check that out once. The cool thing with Future Legends Complex is now, they'll be able to do that. They'll be able to take the drive 1 hour down to Coors Field, but now they'll be able to join, their travel soccer team, maybe travel basketball, and certainly travel baseball up to Windsor, Colorado, and really kind of own a piece of Colorado for more than just one day, for an entire weekend, a week even, staying at the dormitories, and really making Northern Colorado just a focal point for youth sports in general. And I'm really excited to see how this continues to grow, because really this is only year 2, I believe, pretty much, right?
Yeah, we like to call it year 0 at the end of the day too, with all the construction going on. But essentially, yes, it's the second year that we've done stuff.
Yeah, that's been so fantastic. for anyone that doesn't know, the Pioneer League, where the Northern Colorado Owlz plays, is an incredible league. It's one of the best independent leagues in America, as evidenced by the fact that there's only a few MLB partner leagues, that kind of get that vote of confidence that, hey, this is really quality baseball. A lot of the players that come out of the partner leagues also end up going into the minor league system and could potentially play in the big league. So while it might not have the same connections as the Owls did with the Angels, and the vibes with the Brewers and the Grand Junction Rockies with the Rockies, it's still a top quality league now that the minor leagues has been shrunk down to only 120 teams. For anyone that doesn't know, talk about the quality of talent that still exists in the Pioneer League to this day.
A ton of talent. And Patrick, we appreciate you bringing this up. And it is important as well. Recently, when we acquired Grand Junction as a part of Future Legends, it's nice to be able to kind of expand in the state of Colorado. Grand Junction has built a fan base over the last decade. And they just won the championship last year. And so changing them from the Rockies to the Jackalopes was super exciting for us as well. We'll get to that in a little bit. But in general, the minor league system of baseball is so complicated now. It's very difficult to explain to people that are just now learning in this area what professional sports are. And so that movement of what players that we have now, people wonder, are these still top talent or top tier type of talent players? Are these guys that are going to go to the major leagues? And the answer is yes. This is very talented players that we have. We are looking at a draft model that went from 50 rounds to 40 rounds, now to 10 rounds. And so all that talent that we're used to with at least 40 rounds, that's 30 rounds of people that aren't getting drafted anymore. They're being signed by different teams. They're trying to go play overseas. They're trying to play in different areas that they can. And we're the different areas that they can. And so we had that same top tier level talent where there are so many guys that we've had when we were affiliated to the Angels. We had 112 people, I believe, that went from us to the major leagues at one point in a 15-year stretch. And so that talent wasn't just top 10 round players. A lot of those were 10 round and below. And so if that answers the question a little bit, we're still getting the same type of talent, but also the vigor of a lot of players that are very hungry. They're very motivated. They want to prove themselves, and they also like to have a good time. And so that's what's important as well, is you've seen minor league sports turn into this entertainment, I guess, type of talent show, right? The Savannah Bananas are kind of more of an extreme example, but they're clearly very successful in what they do. But people go to a minor league sporting event, not just for the talent, but to have a good time and to have a cheaper ticket and to see in between inning activities and to have a different experience than you would at a Rockies game. And so we like to be able to bring that with the same type of talent and just a newer, fresher perspective.
And probably with parking that's way less than, $40 a parking spot, right?
Tickets are, lower than $25 for the best seat in the house. So, yes, we like to joke you can't go to a Broncos game nowadays for a family of four for less than $1,000. And so for this game, you got $100 bill. You're bringing a family of four. Everybody's eating. You're parking. Everything is pretty much good to go. You can't even go to the movie theaters nowadays for that.
Yeah, it sounds like an affordable season ticket too, above that, beyond all that. And as you mentioned, the entertainment factor in the minor leagues and independent is incredibly high. But even the games themselves are entertaining. We saw MLB and the new rules that they've got going on. You in the Pioneer League did something last year that hadn't been done yet, and it was. I'm not going to say it was a year early, but you guys are a bit of a visionaries and saying, hey, wait a minute. Major League Baseball might be changing their rules. So we're going to maybe tweak our rules a little bit, make it more entertaining. The runner on second base is nice in the 10th inning. You guys do things a little bit different and let people know what kind of fun stuff can happen after the 9th inning should the game be tied.
I'm glad you brought that up. It's one of my favorite parts of what we're doing now. And I'll preface this. I am a baseball historian. I've played my entire life. My family's been a part of baseball my entire life. So I respect the history and the precedent that baseball has created. But we do like the wackier ideas. We do like to be able to change stuff without reinventing the wheel too much. But we do a home run showdown instead of extra innings, where you get 5 swings and the person that hits the most home runs wins the game. And on top of that, that sounds cool enough as it is. Anybody can do it. So last year, I think we did it. I don't know the exact number of how many times we did it, but we did it a couple times where we would have pitchers and bullpen pitchers that would never swing a bat otherwise playing in these home run showdowns to decide the game. And that makes the fans super interested. It keeps the games shorter, but it also adds that cooler element for what it's worth, the Instagrammable moments, the social media aspect of the games now. But on top of that, it's just pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see something different that everyone can understand most people, if not everybody, understands what a home run is. And so you're not having to explain that much. You get 5 swings, you hit as many homers as you can, you're good to go.
Yeah, I love that. That's such a great concept for again a league that anyone that says, yeah, but why aren't these guys playing for the Hartford Yargots or Durables? There's an element too of some of these players that've been cast off because of injuries, just kind of been unfortunate, and they just need to get themselves healthy. And then once they are, you are going to see them back in the system, and you're going to see them in the major league. So again, just I can't speak enough about the talent of the players on the field, but also the talent in the dugout. You guys named Frank Gonzales as your manager for 2023. Colorado coaching luminary, really. Everywhere he's gone, he's had success and has been a winner, from the CSU club team to Fort Collins High School to the entire Rockies organization as a pitching coach. Most recently last year with the Albuquerque Isotopes in AAA.
We are unbelievably excited to have Frank on the team. He is a great man. He's a great father. He cares a lot about this community. He also knows what it takes to get to that higher level. He has obviously children that have reached the higher level, one of them of which is still playing at the highest level that you can. So he gets it. He's also just a nice guy to be around. He's someone that cares, again, so much about what we're doing, about this community. He lives here in Northern Colorado. And so you take all the prowess aside of what he's accomplished on the field, the off the field stuff is such a bonus to us as well. On the field, he wants to win. He's got more rings on, or more fingers that he needs rings on, that we'd like to win. And so we are putting together a very talented group. He runs, I would say, a relatively tight ship, but he's also a player's coach at the same time. You can have a balance. I kind of relate it to a Joe Madden type of coach. So he's someone that really cares about the fundamentals, about someone that some things that are important to the history of baseball, as we talked about, but also transforming it into this more progressive style. And so we're extremely excited to have Frank on the team and the rest of the coaching staff as well. I agree with the fact that I have more fingers to put rings on.
Yeah, Frank obviously has had so much success developing players as a coach. Coaches can very much be like father figures or mother figures to players. And as you mentioned, his son, Marco Gonzalez, left-handed pitcher for the Seattle Mariners, he quite literally knows what it means to be a father of a big leaguer. Great guy. Got a chance to spend a little bit more time with him this past off season at the Friends of Baseball. Or the Breakfast of Champions event up in Greeley, which is fantastic. And he was there. He was just like talking with my dad, having a whole conversation. And, my dad got a kick out of it. And I know the Northern Colorado Owl fans are going to enjoy that as well, because that's another element I think that you guys are bringing is a lot closer connection between the players and the fans themselves. And look, if there's a team in the Pioneer League you want to root for if you're a Rockies fan, I think it's the Northern Colorado Owlz. You got the Frank Gonzales connection. And you also have two pretty notable names here in Rockies history, Ryan Spilborghs as a co-founder, as well as Carlos Gonzalez as one of your partners.
Yes, we do. We're very lucky to have the partners that we have outside of my family. Spilly is one of our co-founders, as you mentioned. Spilly is an absolute hero to Rocky fans in this area. We like to give Spilly a lot of garbage for his one meaningful home run that he hit against the Giants that people still celebrate. But Spilly, same as Frank, is one of the best human beings that you're going to meet. He cares so much about this community. He cares so much about growing the sport of baseball and also the complex as well. Carlos, Cargo, similar type of thing. He's someone that wants to grow the youth side of baseball as much as it can. He cares so much about the state. They treated him like family. He likes to treat them back as family. And so adding names like that to the team, not just for the prowess of saying we have those names a part of the team, but because they care a lot. They care a lot about what we're doing. They also want to be a part of it. They've known what it's like to be one of these 18, 19-year-olds trying to come up and make it. They did the same thing. They both made it, and they've got to the highest level, and now they want to share the same experience with somebody else. So we're very lucky. They're both incredible guys. And we also have other members of the team as well that we've not made public yet, but there are more Rockies. There are more MLB players, other sports players as well that are involved that we're looking forward to announcing pretty shortly.
Yeah, I love the symmetry between the start of the NOCO Owls and the 30th anniversary for the Rockies. Like it's a beautiful way. And I think for anyone that's not able to come out to the ballpark, like you said, incredibly affordable. There's an opportunity for people to go to the website and watch games there as well, right?
Absolutely. So if you go to northernColoradoOwlz.com, NOCOOwls.com, or FutureLegendsComplex.com, we have tickets available. We have streaming for every game, whether they're home or away. As you mentioned, we're going to be in Future Legends Field this year. Pretty solid capacity, really fun environment. Tickets are very inexpensive. It's pretty accessible to everywhere in Northern Colorado, not too far from Denver, not too far from Cheyenne. So the accessibility factor of both online and in person, we try to make it as present as we can.
I mean, now that I'm thinking about it and going through the numbers in my head, this would be the first professional ballpark in Colorado since Coors Field in 1995, correct?
I believe so. Yes, I believe so. I wouldn't quote me on that, but I think that's correct.
You could quote me on it because I'm pretty confident.
I'll quote you on that.
I'm the one you can quote. And two, for anyone that's saying, hey, I want to go out and check out this complex, maybe you're not able to make it on opening day or any of the games in the opening series against the Vibes. On Saturday, there's another opening day of sorts, first game of the season for the Northern Colorado Hailstorm FC, their second season in the USL League One. Saturday, it's their first home match, off to a 1-0 start with a 2-0 win from the season opener. For anyone that enjoys the professional soccer that we have here, and again, can't make it down to Denver or afford a ticket for a Rapids game, the Hailstorm FC is where they should go at the Future Legends complex, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, the Hailstorm, if we weren't already overzealous enough building a complex like this, we also are a professional soccer team, as you mentioned. The Hailstorm named effectively after the community that we're here. If anyone questions why we're called the Hailstorm, I invite you to come up to Northern Colorado for 2 hours in the summer. On top of that, our team this year, we played a couple games thus far. We're riding pretty high right now. We're very in the thick of things right now. We have very, very high aspirations. We have a ton of talent, a lot of international talent as well. We have some local talent, which is always cool. I believe we have 2 or 3 guys from the Northern Colorado or Front Range region, which is great. But we have very high aspirations for a championship this year. Our team is looking very good. So we invite you absolutely to come out to a professional soccer game up here as well.
We're gonna have to talk off air about maybe see if I can invest in this. Maybe we can get a G League. I mean, professional pickleball's blowing up. Like, there's some more opportunities here, Casey. As if you're not busy enough.
You jest, but we have some things up our sleeve as well that you might have mentioned. So I'll say stay tuned. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and on social media. There's my shameless plug of the day.
That's it. Yeah. What are those handles too for anyone that wants to follow up?
Yes, follow Future Legends Complex on any of the social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, along with Northern Colorado Owlz and Northern Colorado Hailstorm. So we post regularly a lot of updates. Also, please subscribe to our newsletter for prompt information about the complex. We have a lot of really exciting things going on. And as I teased a little bit, some other big news that is about to come out to the public that's going to excite a lot of people, I would say.
Excellent. Tonight's the night, May 23rd at 7:05, Rocky Mountain Vibes and the Northern Colorado Owlz at Future Legends Complex. Make sure you take a moment to just kind of look around and take it all in and absorb it, because this is a special day for your family, for your organization, and for professional baseball in Colorado as well.
Well, again, Patrick, we appreciate it. We're excited for a successful season. Hopefully you can make it out to a game. Got a hot dog with your name on it.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Casey, for joining us.
You got it, man. Go Owls.